The iPad Pro was made infinitely better with the introduction of the iPad Magic Keyboard. This world-class tablet has been transformed into a true productivity contender, but it can also just be your couch tablet. One of the complaints about the iPad Magic Keyboard is that when you detach the iPad and walk around with it or sit on the couch, it's unprotected from hard surfaces, debris, or drops. So, can the CoverBuddy solve those issues? Let's see. Hey, I'm Jerry, and I like stuff. If you do too, be sure to stick around till the end because I'm going to be giving away this CoverBuddy. The CoverBuddy is a case that protects the iPad Pro when you remove it from the iPad Magic Keyboard or Smart Keyboard. I stumbled across this a few weeks ago when somebody posted a comment asking about how to protect their iPad when they're not using it with the keyboard case. A quick Amazon search led me to CoverBuddy, which is a case for the iPad Pro that works with the Magic Keyboard, Smart Keyboard, or Smart Folio. Yeah, you don't need to remove the CoverBuddy from the iPad Pro when you connect it to Apple's keyboard cases. On the surface, this is approximately a 1mm thin plastic shell case for the iPad Pro. On the inside, you get a thin microfiber layer to help protect the back surface of the iPad. On the top, you have a spot for the Apple Pencil, and around the edges, you have spots for the speakers and the microphones and the USB port. You may have noticed these gold-colored circles or pins, which means it has pass-through to the smart connectors, and you're not going to lose the keyboard functionality of the Smart Keyboard or Magic Keyboard. This case is meant to sit between the keyboard case and the iPad to allow you to dock the keyboard when needed and pull it off and walk away when it's not. Installing the CoverBuddy is exactly as you would expect with any other case. We're going to align the cameras and then push down on all four sides so it snaps into place, like so. This definitely feels slim and lightweight, and I feel like I could just put this down on a desk or a table and feel okay knowing that it's not going to get scratched or pick up something dirty. You can just see how slim this thing is. The edges match up with the edges of the iPad, and all of the cutouts look very precise. Because this case is so slim though, I do not think that it's going to be protective in any way from a drop. This thing looks like it'll protect the sides and the backs from scratches, but I would not trust this in a fall at all. On the back, you can see that there's a good chunk of uncovered space that's not protecting the iPad. This might be a point of concern for somebody if they're looking for full coverage of the iPad, but I have to assume that there's a reason that they left this uncovered. Maybe the iPad Magic Keyboard wouldn't close correctly, something, but most of the iPad is covered. And I don't really have any issues with dropping my iPad Pro. Just like the iPad itself, there are magnets inside the CoverBuddy that allows it to securely and snugly attach to the keyboard case. This actually does not look too bad when docked to the iPad Magic Keyboard. The thing that stands out and makes you actually notice it is the Apple Pencil holder up here. And I just happen to have a pencil. So the Apple Pencil sits in here just like you would expect, and it sits pretty snugly, like it's not going anywhere. The point of this is to make the Apple Pencil more securely attached to the top of the iPad because people might lose it in a bag or when walking around it gets knocked off. I really don't know how people lose their Apple Pencils. It's a $100 item. For me, I just stick it in my bag in a pen slot. On the back, there's a little finger hole to push the Apple Pencil out, and it's a little small to get fingers in there. So if you have a really big finger, then you're gonna have issues with that, but you can just push it from the back and then it actually just kind of gets stuck. The magnet holds it right here, which is nice because I thought that the pencil was just gonna fall. But the case does seem to provide that extra protection for the Apple Pencil if that's something you're worried about. Like I said before, the cutouts around the edges for the speakers and the microphone and the buttons are very precise. In fact, they might be too precise around the buttons, especially the volume buttons. I don't have big hands or sausage fingers, but even I have trouble actually hitting these buttons. It can be done, but it takes a little bit of effort. I have to first find the buttons with my finger, just kind of feeling around for them, and then I have to use the very edge of my finger or turn my finger upside down and use my nail to hit the buttons because the cutouts just kind of block any real access to the buttons. Like I said, it can be done, it's usable, but I have to think about it. One thing I definitely noticed is the weight. The CoverBuddy itself is barely noticeable in the iPad Pro, but when you add it to the already heavy iPad Magic Keyboard, you can definitely feel the difference. carrying this transformer between rooms is not an issue, and the difference is not like when adding the iPad Magic Keyboard times 2, but so many people complain about the weight of the Magic Keyboard, and I don't think that those people will be happy with adding any more weight. So with all that being said, is the CoverBuddy worth more than $40? Not for me. I leave my iPad inside the Magic Keyboard 95% of the time. I love having this full trackboard and keyboard when I'm at a desk or sitting on the couch. For the rare instances that I do want to remove the iPad and use it as a tablet, I'm in my home, stationary, and if I set it down, I'm unconsciously careful about where I put it. For some, the additional Apple Pencil storage support may be useful. I'm not a big fan, I don't use the Apple Pencil a whole lot, and it usually just lives inside the little pen slot inside my computer bag. I don't think that the additional weight of the CoverBuddy is a big deal if you find other features beneficial. I don't really see a benefit for me, so I don't see any reason to add the extra weight. Although not for me, this may be something that you want. So I'm going to be giving away this CoverBuddy for this 12.9 inch or for a 12.9 inch iPad Pro. All you need to do is follow me on Twitter at Jerry Schultz, it's down there somewhere, and tweet at me. I'll pick a winner on September 22nd at 12 p.m. Central Time in the US. Sorry, you must be 18 or older and live in the United States. If the CoverBuddy isn't for you either, I did install a skin on my iPad Magic Keyboard and go through the process of removing it just to see if it's gonna damage it or leave any residue. I love the Soapy Guard skin that I had on here, and I'll be getting another one. So if you're interested in getting a skin, installing it, removing it, and changing the look of your iPad or protecting it, you should definitely check out this video over here. If you liked this video, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want, and I'll see you next time.